Hey everybody.
Hello.
Guys.
This is MaJeliv. We're the Vasquez family. I'm Matthew.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Jemmy.
I'm Jose.
And I'm Joshua.
And today we are going to be reacting to the official teaser trailer of Superman, the new Superman by James Gunn. We are very excited. Excited is an understatement. We don't want to waste any time. We want to jump right in, watch this trailer, and then we will give our thoughts after. So yes, thank you for joining us today. Let's jump into the official teaser trailer of Superman. Here we go.
Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Dang.
Oh my goodness.
Here's Clark.
Yes.
Aw,
Yes.
So good.
That's. Oh my gosh. Look at her.
Oh,
Look
man.
at this is
I
great, man.
love her as Lois. She's
This
so
is great.
Cool.
My
Oh,
goodness.
this is amazing.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Home. Take me home.
Oh my gosh.
Listen to that music.
Oh.
Look at Luther.
Visually, dude, look at this.
This is amazing.
Oh my gosh, man.
Wow, man.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my gosh, dude.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Wow, dude.
July 11th.
July 11th.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Only in theaters. Film for
Oh
IMAX.
my
Yes,
gosh, dude.
That was a lot in one
Uh-huh.
trailer.
please.
Wow,
Dude.
that's worth watching at least 5 times.
Yeah.
There's characters in there that I barely remember because we've been in this Marvel fix for so long. When I was a kid, I probably knew them a little bit more because, unfortunately, as you guys probably know, we're not the channel that knows all about comics.
Right, right.
Especially DC, I feel like that's where we get. I get
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of heat and like fire for it. But
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
we've just been. It's a different era now, so it's exciting because we have this marquee character, Superman, Clark Kent, and now we finally see a Clark Kent, right? Man of Steel had his void of that. There was no real Clark Kent. It was just Kal-El wearing glasses, which was fine. That was Zack Snyder's interpretation, and you know, that ended the way it did.
Right.
Yeah.
But now here, this feels. I mean, I come from the era of like a lot of us out there. Christopher Reeve it still is in my heart, my Superman, if you will. But this feels very different in a good way, in a really great way. It feels like finally the comic is getting a live action adaptation that looks very promising, very very promising. The music is
James Gunn's always
something
been
else, man.
about that, you know? I mean,
Yep.
it has that grand scale that we saw with Volume 3 of Guardians, but with, again, so much heart, the heart that
Yeah.
comes with Superman. And, yeah, I mean, we didn't talk a lot before the trailer, obviously, because we wanted to jump on in, but DC has been something that we've loved to share as a family. I mean, like my dad said, he grew up with the Christopher Reeves Superman, so obviously growing up, he showed us a lot of that. You know, he'd rent the movies from the library or Blockbuster, right? And he'd show us, or he'd show us just a Jor-El monologue, right, by Marlon Brando. And so there's all these things that Superman means a lot to us. And then, of course, growing up, we've loved film scores. So John Williams' music for Superman, and obviously they alluded to that with the music for this. Not only did they have like the electric
You have
guitar,
to.
but they
You
also
have
have
to.
the fanfare because I mean, again, if it isn't broke, don't fix it.
I mean,
so.
Hans Zimmer was able to do the same. Like he still used the same notes as
Yeah.
John Williams, and it did its purpose. He did his homework, and Man of Steel was the way that it was, and that's I think what we had seen in theaters, and that was our theatrical experience of Superman as we were growing up. But there was definitely this gap between the I'm saying Christopher Reeves, right?
Yeah.
And the I was about to say Mark Hamill.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
They're same in syllables. That bridge, there was kind of like a void in between, and it's definitely very promising. I think the thing that I was gonna mention with the different superheroes and a lot going on, I thought of the only Superman comic I've read, which is The Death of Superman. It's this big edition that has all of the different parts of it, and it has the different with Doomsday and all of that. But there's characters in there that I just didn't know. And maybe some little villains here or there that I had no idea about. There's this whole underground mining segment of these villains that I had no idea who they were. And so there was just a lot of question marks, and yet I cared about Superman. So I stuck around and learned more about the characters as it unfolded, and they actually ended up helping Superman at some point. And then it was about Superman in the end. So it's just it's interesting because Superman has always, I mean, and just what I've read of a comic, he does have this dynamic with other superheroes.
Yeah.
And so to be able to see that and to feel that should be very, very interesting.
Yeah, something we haven't seen before.
Right.
I think I was telling you, Dad, that yesterday before when they released the teaser for the teaser, and the fact that Superman, it's about that. What makes him different from other heroes, and seeing Superman grow up in a world where there already were superheroes is very fascinating. And how does he stand out? And the suit I think looks amazing.
Yeah.
In terms of just again honoring the comics, like you said, that it's like a comic leaping off a page. In terms of even though we've never read it, you could tell there's an attention to each frame, the visuals, the cinematography is ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
Crypto.
I think I did hear James Gunn talk about how they did get inspiration from like Top Gun Maverick and these movies that have come out recently in terms of what can be possible on a cinematic scale.
Yeah.
Before we close, Mom, how did you feel about obviously seeing Lois, what we can potentially see with her? I know you guys are big fans of Marvelous Miss Maisel, so
absolutely fantastic. So I know she will kill it. She killed it in the trailer. I think it had a very vintage feel to it, which I love, like you guys are saying with the comic type of feel. Because it is a film, I don't know how popular this opinion will be, but it does seem like there's a lot of different things happening for one film. It's a little concerning to me. So I hope the story offers enough of a development of characters where we're not like just thrown all these hype just feeding the fans versus truly honoring the story and the journey.
Like an Easter egg.
Yeah, because like for
fest.
me, like I feel like I've been exposed to so many different Supermans. I think we all have, where you take little bits and pieces. But I would like to be able to look at this Superman movie and really have a new take on it, and really gain like its own perspective, its own appreciation, almost like as if I've never seen like a Superman before, and this is like my first time encountering a Superman film. Like that's how I like to see it. I don't like to come in like, oh, I know all this stuff about him, and I'm just gonna want to see it in this one big collection of Superman. I want it to be an homage and an honor to the legacy of Superman, but I do want it to feel fresh and new in that they take their time and they're patient with
I love that.
how they
And
develop it. So I'm praying that at least I know James Gunn is fabulous, so I trust that he'll do a good job.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that they honor all of those things in this movie, because we love Superman, and we're willing to be open to like, okay, this is a new, fresh take on it. But I just want to be able to say that when I see it.
Yeah, I'm curious about the
love that,
length
Jenny.
of the film because, like you said, there's so many elements that are new, and it's interesting if he's gonna make it just part of this world that Superman enters into, because of the whole concept of there already being superheroes in this world, and then he's been added to the mix. And I know from my memory of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, I know there was lots of nods to different characters in the movies, but it didn't take away from the main storyline. It's almost like if you knew who they were, you did, and if you didn't, you knew it was, just a superhero or someone else that has some kind of significance or is part of this world, but it's not who we're focusing on, so it's not like, how are we supposed to know this person?
Or the Incredibles, right? Which I know is such a different story, but
yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of superheroes in that movie, but we care about the main family, so it's definitely doable.
Yeah, I hope that's what they do.
And the dog.
They do it well.
I think it's okay, and
the
it's completely
dog.
normal to go into it, but I think even that alone, adding the dog, adding Crypto to it, adds a whole new dynamic that we've never seen before. So I think all of your concerns, Mom, are absolutely valid, and I think it's always good. It's always okay to go with
excitement.
caution,
I just feel like with DC, I'm also a little. I'm hopeful. I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit skeptical and nervous about what we'll find, and I'm being hopeful.
But
so.
you have every right to be. It's definitely been.
It's been a rough
bit
ride.
off,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
this is the start of right. This is the cinematic start of James Gunn's DC.
Officially, yeah.
Something
The
new.
one that he's trying to
Yes,
reform and
Yeah.
kind of point us more toward the comics. So we'll have to see.
Well, I did get a
exciting
comic.
stuff, man.
Yeah, it's very
that was-
exciting.
very, very
yeah.
exciting. You definitely want to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. So meet us in the comments. Let us know what you thought of this trailer. There was a lot there, like
lot
my
there.
mom said. So definitely let us know what stood out to you. Maybe little details and yeah, things that stood out to you. How you're feeling about this. How it impacted you, because I know it probably impacted you on an emotional level. So let us know. Meet us in the comments. We always love to hear what you have to say. And besides that, you guys go out there, spread your light, and we'll see you guys in the next MaJeliv video. Have a MaJeliv day.
Bye.
Bye.